Yo, what it do, YouTube? It's your boy ColtsTalk. We are back with another video, and today we're going to be talking about who could potentially trade for Jonathan Taylor. Now, we know, before I get into this, like, comment, and subscribe. Appreciate all of your support. Now, I know the Colts had just put Jonathan Taylor on the trade block as available to trade. They gave them the permission to seek to do that. We know his agent has been on this tirade on social media wanting his client, out of Indianapolis for a very long time. And that time has finally came. The Colts have given permission, even though we thought things have changed over time with him showing up to training camp, him, getting his injury checked up, his surgery complete, and all these things. He's not 100% still at this moment, but he did show up to camp, which is a good sight. And then after that, he asked for his excuse of absence at the day after and didn't show up. He's been gone, and then the news came out that the Colts gave him permission to seek a trade. Now, before all of this happened, when this whole thing started, we kind of had a sense, well, most of us had a sense that Jonathan Taylor did not want to be in Indianapolis anymore. This does not change the stance of how he is as a player or who he is as a player and his talent on the field. When you are unhappy in a certain situation, certain organizations will grant you that, that I would say your word, that you want to be gone. So they will grant you that. They say, okay, you want to be gone. We understand the contract you're asking for. We cannot do that. So we're going to give other teams the option or opportunity to do so. So there are other teams that are willing to give up a first-round pick. Sure, do that. We know that a first-round pick is a very big reach for a Jonathan Taylor trade package. They said a first-round pick, or things that can equal up to a first-round pick. Now, a lot of us know that is not happening. So the Colts did that just to show Jonathan Taylor like his real value. And it sucks that they're doing it. It sucks that it comes down to that. And I would like to also mention that the Colts aren't the only team that would do something like this when it comes to the situation. You see, Saquon Barkley took a 1-year deal for like $10 million when he realized that just to play out the contract. Austin Eckler, in the same position as Jonathan Taylor, literally was asked to be traded, and the Chargers granted him that permission, and no one has traded for him because they realized that what the Chargers were asking for was just not good enough. There's other players that's not even running backs that got in this position, like a Buda Baker, the players of that choice. We've seen what Christian McCaffrey went for San Fran, and we know how good he is and his value to an offense or to a team in general. That just shows you the difference that it could be for a guy like Jonathan Taylor. We know Christian McCaffrey can do multiple things other than just running the ball. Jonathan Taylor, not so much. And this is no knock on Jonathan Taylor. I'm just saying his style is completely different for what you will want in today's NFL. It's unfortunate that it tends to be that way, but that's just the reality. We love Jonathan Taylor. We want him to get paid. We get it. But at the end of the day, what you're asking for is probably not going to be good enough. So you're going to have to take a pay cut eventually. If not, you're going to get sent to a team that's going to willing to do that for you, but you're not going to be contended for anything. Now, that's going to be a little bit rough. So the teams that you might ask to go to, probably don't want to give the Colts all of that thing. So I think the Colts are in a position of a win right now. Not in a position of winning for like a championship, but I think they pretty much won this whole situation. And they've won it from the jump. The Colts all these organizations are smart when it comes to money and managing it and how to dish it. And when it comes to the running back position, we know how valued that is in today's NFL. We know how pretty much, extinct it is. They're like wide receivers that can play the running back position like a Deebo Samuel. So it's very tough for a guy like Jonathan Taylor and his skill set to ask for a certain contract or try to break the market or start the market. It's going to be a high price, so we don't know how that may pan out. So it is unfortunate. Like I said, we do want him to get paid, but it's like at the end of the day, you're coming off an injury. It was a terrible year last year for the Colts. How are you going to get this money you're asking for? The Colts did not offer him a contract at all. So it's like they pretty much wanted him to play this year out to see if he's worth it. Even though we know he's worth it, but it's like, why would we give you all of this money, but then you're like showing up 50% of the time, or you're not healthy, or you're not fixing your fumbling habits, or you're not improving in blocking. All of these things, the organization is looking for themselves first. And that's pretty much going to be that way for any position or any player that looks for a contract. If you have an up and down, up and down career so far, you started off good, but then you're now on the downhill. It's like you got to play up to that contract, in my opinion only. Like I said, it is unfortunate, but that's what it looks like. But if other teams that will probably be in pursuit for a Jonathan Taylor, there's teams like the Chargers. Could they swap Austin Eckler for a Jonathan Taylor? A Vikings team, could they look to get a guy like a Jonathan Taylor? The Philadelphia Eagles, could they do something for a Jonathan Taylor? The Miami Dolphins could be another team that could be in pursuit for Jonathan Taylor. All of these teams, even the Commanders, like out of nowhere, could do something for a Jonathan Taylor. Jonathan Taylor's on the market, of course teams are going to call, but what are you willing to give up? That is the important part to this whole situation. We love Jonathan Taylor to death. It is unfortunate how the situation came up hand. Both got messy for both sides. Hopefully they can come to an agreement at the end. Hopefully they can do that before this video comes out or while this video comes out. But we can move on for both sides. It's just messy at the end of the day. The Colts do not need this distraction. Jonathan Taylor does not need the distraction. And which the problem is that it makes it worse for Jonathan Taylor. Jonathan Taylor's a good dude. He just wants to get paid. It's pretty simple. But the way he went about it wasn't the right way, in my opinion. Now, when it comes to this, I think about Jonathan Taylor and another organization. Other organizations have seen this whole thing transpire. How did that look from the outside looking in? Does an organization want to deal with this situation again when it comes up to this? Do they want to deal with the agent on social media, not able to keep his mouth closed in public? All of these things are huge questions moving forward for Jonathan Taylor and his agent. Hopefully he can get paid. Hopefully he can figure it out. But you guys let me know your thoughts in the comment section about this situation. What should Jonathan Taylor do? What should the agent do? What should the Colts do? What team should pick up the phone to get Jonathan Taylor? Let me know all these things in the comment section. Like, comment, and subscribe. I'm pretty sure we're going to be back in the future to talk about this. Just hopefully he can get sent somewhere. If not, hopefully he can play the season out. That's my scenario. I hope he just plays the season out and shows teams that he's still Jonathan Taylor at the end of the day. He is a very good product of a running back. Any team will be thankful for him, but hopefully he can just figure it out, and hopefully he can just play his last year in Indy. But you guys let me know your thoughts in the comment section. This is Marcus, and until next time, you've been Culture Shock.